Representative Sherman, thank you for the time. The Dallas Morning News did a feature on you recently. You reached out to Republican State Representative Matt Krause from Fort Worth, wanted to have lunch. Tell me what that's about. Two of the nicest guys in the Texas legislature. I'm thinking, though, if you're trying to extend an olive branch, don't you want to reach out to some other people who might be a little farther away from where you are ideologically?
Well, I think it's important that we reach out to all representatives, despite or regardless as to their political views. I think we have more in common than we realize. And, you need more time to talk. And I reached out, as you mentioned, to Representative Matt Krause during the interim and just proposed that, Matt, we need to just start having lunch and breakfast together, discuss some of the issues and get to know one another better. And he was more than interested in doing that. And we've just really been working together. In fact, from a political perspective, we have joined Arthur, two bills together. And I'm excited about that. And that wasn't the aim. It's really about just hearing one another. And I think that's missing in politics.
Do you plan on reaching out to any other of your colleagues across the aisle?
I have. In fact, I've got several friends that I have established beyond just a rapport with them. I really think it's important that because politics right now, Jason, I think we have gone to a point, almost crossed a Rubicon, I think, of no return, where both Republican and Democrats feel like they're on two different teams. I just tend to use some analogies and metaphors. And I believe that the Republicans, if this is a football team, the Republicans are in their red uniforms, they're the defense. And Democrats are the offense in our blue uniforms. And, politics is a game of inches. It's a game of amelioration where you just get some things going. And sometimes you get a Hail Mary in there like Roger Staubach threw, against the Minnesota Vikings. So hopefully we can get a couple of Hail Marys. Lord knows we need them now.
A moment of levity here this morning talking about politics. We appreciate that. I want to talk about Bo's Law for a moment here, too. This is the legislation you have in the Texas legislature named after the young man who was shot and killed here in Dallas by the Dallas police officer who mistook Bo's apartment for her own apartment. But part of this legislation, though, would do something that I think a lot of people don't realize that happens out there, and that would make it a penalty for police officers to turn off their cameras, their body-worn cameras, during an investigation. We're winding down to the last few months of the regular legislative session here. Is this bill going to pass?
Well, I am extremely optimistic that the bill will pass, and I want to thank Speaker of the House, Dave Phelan, for his support in ensuring that the House bill number have the special designation that his mother requested. HB 929 is actually Botham Jean's birthday. It is important to me. It was also important to my joint authors like Matt Krause and Representative J.C. Jatan, both Republicans, that we ensure that law enforcement maintains the integrity that we should have and have the unedited, unredacted, full investigation of what actually transpired. This is critically important to ensuring that we improve the relationship between the community and police.
Representative Sherman, we appreciate the time. Good luck with the legislation this session.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate your interest, and I hope that everyone will support what's good for law enforcement, that we ensure that the integrity of law enforcement as a profession is upheld by passing HB 929.